Right, good morning on all. So this is Surah 15, Surah 15, right? And this chapter refers to what? A spiritual emigration, right? A spiritual emigration or a spiritual journey, right? It could be the beginning of a spiritual journey. It could be a process through a spiritual journey. It could be coming to the end of your spiritual journey, right? But it's an emigration and it's a spiritual emigration, right? The journey, right? So this chapter say, let people indulge in, overindulge in the worldly affairs, right? Overindulge in the worldly affairs, right? And you will be diverted by false hope, right? How many how many people there are who are overindulged in the worldly affairs and you are what still awaiting the coming of the second coming of Jesus Christ and all that kind of thing, right? Or the Messiah, right? You are diverted by what? False hope. False hope, right? It is said that no nation, if it's time for a nation to go, to fall, it would fall. If it's time for a civilization to fall, it would fall, right? There is nothing that could stop the appointed time of what? A civilization falling or a civilization rising or anything like that, right? So as with the past, right? Anybody who actually come forth to fight to share a message, right? They are referred to as what? Crazy, mad, right? But never mind this, right? This is not to mind anything, right? Those who have been sent the message, right? Those who have been sent down the message are but guardians against corruption of the message, right? Those who have been sent down the message are but what? Guardians of the message, meaning that keepers of the message and sharers of the message, right? So holding the message as well as what? Disseminating it, right? So Allah God makes you to be well proportioned, balanced, balanced within yourself, whether it's body, mind, spiritual, intellect, right? Talking about things like moderation, not over excessively indulging in any particular thing, but being moderate in your knowing that these things that this Christian belief system about lust and gluttony and all these things is actually the life that they want you to live, this ascetic life. If you are what? A sharer of the message and you're supposed to live this particular life, not at all. And also Hinduism with this Bhagavad Gita thing and controlling every single thing, right? Controlling every single thing. Like I say, moderation is the key, right? You don't have to live this ascetic life. You don't have to go somewhere and live this ascetic life. The key is to integrate your spiritual life into your family life, into a normal, healthy life, right? These belief systems are extremely, they are spiritually poor, right? These belief systems are spiritually poor, right? The kind of lives that they want people who share the message to live, it is spiritually poor, right? And this is going to trigger a lot of people, right? This is going to trigger a lot of people, especially those people who evolve out of a belief system that makes them think that they are what? Spiritually better than another person, right? Hare Krishna movement, Christian belief systems, right? This thing is going to trigger a lot of people, right? You can't eat this, you can't drink this, you can't do this, you can't do this, even if it's just a little bit, a little drop of something you're eating, a little drop of something you're eating, right? You just abstain altogether. You can't eat some Chinese food, you can't drink a beer once in a blue moon, right? This is why, right? I am offering a system, right, of belief, that of not even belief, of knowledge, right, that is completely away from all these mentally deranged set of people, right? Mentally deranged, that is very, very much impoverished materially, impoverished spiritually, impoverished family wise, all the entire world, right? So this is my movement, right? This is my movement, right? I am offering a way of life that's rational, that's reasonable, that could actually you could have a healthy fucking family life, right? And is away from all this deranged, mentally ill, right, set of religious bullshit, right? A system that is practical, right? You can actually enjoy your time with your family. You can actually get away from this mentally deranged set of fucking fools, right? And actually live a healthy family dynamic, right? Moving along, right? Allah have made for you means of living, right? Meaning that food has been provided for you, right? You can feel free to enjoy its provisions in moderation, right? Right. Water has been sent down from the sky from which you drink, right? And this topic is about a certain set of people, as I was saying, being inheritors of the earth, right? A certain set of people are not guarantors or inheritors of any earth by virtue of being born, right? You are born a chosen human being. That doesn't guarantee you that doesn't ensure that you are a successor. That doesn't make you an inheritor or a successor of any freaking thing, right? You being born a chosen being doesn't make you any successor or inheritor of any freaking thing, right? Moving along. So God could just choose a normal human being and proportion that normal human being and breathe his life into that normal human being, right? God could just choose any normal human being on earth, proportion or balance, make balance the human being, right? And breathe his life into a normal human being, right? So right, we address this thing about chosen servants, and that's why I make the point that I have fought to break this thing about people being born as chosen, and by virtue of that, you see yourself as the best thing after sliced bread. You see yourself as the best thing under the sun. You see yourself as the best thing under God, right? And that's why I've been fighting so hard to break that nonsense, right? About a certain group of people. Oh, you are the closest to God, right? Anybody could become close to God, right? Anybody could do that, right? You don't have to be born. And that's why I've been fighting to break that concept of a certain group of people seeing themselves as, oh, I am God, I am this, I am that, right? Right, so again, moderation. You do not wander blindly in intoxication, right? You do not wander blindly in intoxication, right? So if you are drinking, right, know that you don't have to drink what? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 beers. You don't have to drink a case of freaking beers, right? If you socially drink, right, whether it's wine, whether it's a beer every month or every 2 months, right, nothing is wrong with that, right? If you go out and you just have a beer, you in a garden and you just have a glass of wine, right, nothing is wrong with that, right? You just have a drink of alcohol, nothing is wrong with that, right? This stupid belief system that actually suppressing you to the extent of suppression to no end, right, is wrong. And then they'll come and tell you, oh, I am a false prophet because why I'm mixing falsehood with truth, right? You are dumb and you are dunce and you are wrong, right? Moving along, right? The hour is coming, right? The hour of life or the hour of death, nobody knows, nobody cares, right? The hour is coming, but anyhow, forgive people with gracious forgiveness and move on. Right, this 88 says, do not extend your eyes towards that which God has given enjoyment to some, right? So this could be addressed from two perspectives. One, a material perspective, one, a spiritual perspective, right? Do not extend your eyes by which enjoyment has been given to some, meaning that do not compare. If you see God has given a bunch of enjoyment to some people, don't compare yourself to them. So from a material perspective now, and from a justice perspective, let me tell you how this verse is crap, right? So you could be in a poverty, materially poor for generations, and you're watching this God, right, providing luxury upon luxury upon luxury to others, and you're just watching that. Oh, I'm not gonna compare, right? Because it's easier for what a poor man to enter heaven than a rich man, whatever the eye of the needle story is, right? You could just die in poverty, right? And be watching all your life and watching for generations. Luxuries being heaped on God providing for what's referred to as disbelievers, and you being told that, oh, you must remain poor, right? You must remain where you are, you must remain in poverty, right, to enter heaven, right? Because those who are given riches are in fact disbelievers, right? And they are the people who are the ones preaching in church and doing all this kind of nonsense, right? And you are the one told that, oh, you are the one who must suffer, right? You are the one who must suffer to enter heaven, right? That is what, from a material perspective and a justice perspective, that's what how this verse is crap. Anyhow, from a spiritual perspective now, is that, okay, these things just really don't matter to some of us, right? These material things just really don't matter to some of us, and well, we're going to die soon, I'm going to die soon, and leave all this thing behind and whatever with that. Right, so this verse could be interpreted in two different ways, from a justice material perspective and from a spiritual perspective. I'm talking about it from both perspectives, right? So we can help people to understand the all wrong situation, right? So the Quran has been made into portions so that you can understand, right? If you don't understand one chapter, the message is in fact reiterated in several chapters. If you don't understand the message of one chapter, the message has been reiterated several times and repeated several times in all the chapters going forward, right? So do not make equal with Allah any other deity, right? There's no deity under the sun, right? No human being under the sun, right? There's no equals, no comparison, no human being, no deity, nothing whatsoever that is what made equal to Allah, that is to be made equal to Allah. There is no comparison under the sun to be made where that is concerned, right? Because what you will be doing is find yourself worshiping idols, and you don't want to do that, right? Rather die than equate anybody to be equal with God, right, or Allah, right? Right. So your heart, God knows, Allah knows that your heart might be constrained by what I say, right? Or my heart might be constrained by the things that I hear people say, right? But never mind that, right? Your living and dying is but for Allah and Allah alone, right? My heart might be constrained by what I'm hearing the world saying, and the world's heart might be constrained by what I am saying. But never mind this, your living and dying is only but for Allah, right? So live the life that is expected of you until you meet the certainty, and the only certainty, not even taxes is the certainty, the one certainty and the only certainty, which is that one day you are going to die.